What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. So today we're going to be reacting to an article that I came across. Actually, a lot of you guys wanted me to look at this. So when I saw the title of it, I was like, yeah, I think we can make a video on this. So the article that we're going to be reading today is from Tanya Gold, and it's on The Telegraph. And the title of the article is "Obese Mannequins Are Selling Women a Dangerous Lie." So a little bit of the backstory for the article. Nike in the UK recently, they released in like their big store in the UK, mannequins that are plus size or, you know, very overweight mannequins, and they are wearing some of the clothes in the store, and some people seem to have an issue with this. So that's where this writer is coming from and where this article is coming from. So what I want to do now is just read through the article a little bit and give my thoughts as we're reading through it. I fear the war on obesity is lost, or has, even as is fashionable, ceased to exist for fear of upsetting people into an early grave. Nike Inc., the multinational company named after the Greek goddess of victory, has introduced plus-size mannequins to its flagship store in London to celebrate the diversity and inclusivity of sport. They wear the famous Nike tick, which says "Welcome to the mainstream." Yet the new Nike mannequin is not size 12, which is healthy, or even size 16, a hefty weight, yes, but not one to kill a woman. She is immense, gargantuan, vast, and heaves with fat. So when I first read that part right there, I genuinely thought this article was almost like a joke article, maybe like something that you would see on The Onion, because I can't imagine the argument that she's trying to make, how she thinks that the way that she is, you know, putting across her point by being so ridiculously mean and over the top and so unbelievably rude, how she thinks that using those words are going to do anything other than like upset people and bring out some sort of outrage. And, you know, I'm very against like outrage culture. But when you're doing things like this to evoke outrage, I don't think that you should at all be surprised with the response that people are having with this article. I think there's something to be said about, you know, having some sort of like tough love situation going on, trying to help people by being real with them. And that's definitely a thing that I think is very true. I tell people, if you are morbidly obese, you are killing yourself daily. But I'm not sitting there saying they heave with fat or they're gargantuan. Like, that is just to a point where I think that you can go too far with trying to have tough love. And I would say that that's exactly where this article sits. She is in every measure obese, and she is not readying herself for a run in her shiny Nike gear. She cannot run. She is more likely pre-diabetic and on her way to a hip replacement. What terrible cynicism is this on the part of Nike? Now, I don't understand how she thinks that by seeing the size of this mannequin, which, yeah, is pretty big, but not to a point where, like, I have absolutely seen people that are that big running. There was people that were that big that ran the marathon with me that beat me in the marathon. Like, I don't think that somebody this size saying that they can't run, one, you don't know that. Like, how would you know? It's a mannequin, right? They can't run, literally. But like somebody that's that size, 100% can run, and she's not readying herself for a work. Just because somebody is overweight, that does not mean that they can't work out. And honestly, like, the thing about this article that I don't really understand, I don't understand the point that she's trying to get across, is that if you have an issue with people being morbidly obese, but you also have an issue with them wearing workout clothes and going to the gym, what are they supposed to do? Like, that's one of the biggest things that upsets me about, you know, people that aren't just like have an issue with morbid obesity, but genuinely seem to be a little bit fat phobic, is, yeah, they don't like when people are overweight, but at the same time, they don't like seeing people that are overweight working on themselves. I don't understand what somebody is supposed to do if, yes, they're overweight, so now they're buying athletic gear to work on that and go to the gym and feel confident about themselves, but now you're saying that they shouldn't even have, Nike shouldn't even make clothes for somebody that's that large. It just doesn't make any sense. Advertising has always bullied women, but this is something more insidious. I have watched the spindly, starved creature, the child ballet dancer, who was for many years the accepted ideal, walking down the Paris runways in so much makeup you could miss the signs of malnutrition. It was an ideal designed to induce enough self-hatred that women would shop to be rid of it. So as far as this, I agree that there has definitely been issues, and there still are issues with, you know, the like goals mentality that people have, and it's not just people's faults, it's mainly advertisers' faults. Definitely back in the day it was you want to be as skinny as possible and that's what you should strive for, and that was definitely not a good thing for anybody, for men, for women, for anybody. I don't think that that's good. For me, I've always been, you should be healthy, whatever that means for you. That might not mean that you're super skinny. You might be considered overweight, but you can 100% still be healthy. I am against the health at every size movement just because it's just truly not possible. If you are 70 pounds or 80 pounds and you're 5'6", that is not healthy. That is too skinny. And you can look at somebody and tell by their size that that's not healthy. And the same goes for the opposite side of the spectrum. If you are 600 pounds, that is not healthy. It doesn't matter how tall you are. That is unhealthy. That's why I have an issue with the health at every size movement. The fat acceptance movement, which says that any weight is healthy if it is yours, is no friend to women, even if it does seem to have found a friend in Nike. I do agree with this to a point. I think that there are more, I guess you could say, insidious levels of the fat acceptance movement that I don't agree with. I think that it can be very, very detrimental to people because being morbidly obese isn't healthy. But then for her to have an issue with Nike kind of jumping on board and giving people that might be overweight or might be obese options for clothing, and like her being upset about that, I don't understand it. Because like for me, I remember when I was losing my weight, like there was nothing for me to wear in the gym. I would just wear like really old clothes. They didn't really look good. So it's already stressful enough when you're going into a gym and you're really overweight. You already feel like you don't fit in, right? Because all these people are fit, everything like that. But then you even feel less like you fit in because there's no clothes that you can wear. But now Nike is making clothes for people to feel like they are included, to feel like they belong. I think that's a great thing because I know for a fact, and this might sound silly to some people, but the fact of just having clothes to wear in the gym and feeling like you fit in, that might be enough to push some people to actually go to the gym. Because the more you feel included, the more you feel like you belong, the more of a chance that more people are actually going to go into the gym, stay in the gym, and get healthy, which is apparently what this rioter seems to want so badly. What is obesity? I would say, as a recovering addict myself, that it is most often, but not always, an addiction to sugars and a response to sadness. And, as with all addictions, the only person that can save you is yourself. Recovery depends not on the collusion of multinational companies or other addicts, but on personal responsibility and seeing the truth. And do you need to be saved? Nike can be as accepting as it wishes to the obese female, but your own body will not be so accommodating of your delusions. The facts are obvious. Stay that weight and you will be an old woman in your 50s. The obese Nike athlete is just another lie. Again, there are points that I agree with on this. Like if you are morbidly obese, it's just a fact, right? That you are going to die sooner. But again, I would say that this is more going to help people that are obese get into the gym and work on that. I think that's the best part about this. And I think that that's what seems to be missing. And I personally feel like she's missing it on purpose because again, this article would not exist if she wasn't missing the point, right? The fact of the matter is if you are, an obese person and you go into Nike and you're looking for workout gear, I would assume that most of the people are actually going to be using that to work out in. So obviously they have made a decision that they want to make a change, and that's a good thing. I have seen fat acceptance activists campaign for public health notices which tell people that obesity causes cancer to be removed from public spaces. They even tried to get a Cancer UK poster which tactfully reminded people of the risks taken down from hoardings, how selfish, self-piteous, and dangerous this is. Obesity harms children more than adults. I once read a column arguing that fat people die young because doctors hate them. Really? Why don't you lay down your pen and just stop eating sugar? I do agree that the fact that people want to remove posters that say being obese causes cancer, it's hard because a lot of people, they self-identify as somebody that is obese, and that's all they are in their head. So when they see obese equals cancer, they feel like people are calling them cancer, when in reality, it's just a fact, right? If you are morbidly obese, you have higher chances of getting diabetes and getting cancer. That's not doctors trying to be mean. That is just the fact of the matter. Is it a sad truth? Yes, absolutely. But again, I think that there are ways that we can work on it. And one of them is, give people clothes that they're comfortable to work out in. The word fat should not be a slur, but it should be a warning. So it worries me to see Nike, who promote athleticism, treating the obese model as potentially healthy in the cause of profit. It is as cruel as telling women that the child ballet dancer and the porn body are ideal. Where is the body shape between the tiny and the immense, which is where truth health lives? Where are the ordinary, medium, contended women? Where, oh, where is the middle ground? Now, it's funny to me that she says the word fat shouldn't be a slur, but then in the very beginning of this article, she's like making fun of overweight people with a ton of really mean words. And then again, she just has a huge issue with Nike at all accepting people that might be overweight. Because again, looking at it optimistically, I think that it's great for people to have those options, those clothes that they can wear, that they can feel comfortable in the gym. Because again, the only way that you're going to change is if you make that step forward. And for a lot of people, that might be, oh, I feel really cool. And I'm really glad that I have good workout gear that I feel comfortable and confident in. I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to start making changes. And that might sound silly to some people, but for a lot of people, that could be a huge catalyst to change. So after I read this article, I kind of wanted to check up and see who the author of this article was. Again, her name is Tanya Gold. So I looked her up on Twitter, and this is her profile picture. She is smoking cigarettes. That is on her profile picture. So, I mean, it is mind-blowing that somebody can write this kind of article, which is so demeaning and so cruel, and talk about how we all need to be healthy and that health should be the most important thing, when one, she is sitting there smoking a cigarette, and two, it's not like she's some super fit woman. She is somebody that is still, on her own journey, which is fine. I don't have an issue with that at all. But when you start putting out these ridiculous articles, you're gonna get some blowback. And it just is mind-blowing to me. It really does seem like a troll, because she is saying all of this stuff, talking about how we all need to be healthy and everyone needs to be good and great and everything. And then her profile picture is her smoking cigarettes. It doesn't make any sense. And then a little bit more backstory. To actually view this article that I just read, I had to sign up for a premium subscription to The Telegraph. So I honestly think that, one, I didn't pay for it, because I ain't about to do that. It was a free thing. So I think that it was a way for them to put out an article that people like me are going to react to, and then other people on social media are going to react to. People are going to talk about it. People like you guys that are listening to this video are going to want to see what it's all about and try and sign up for that premium membership, and now you are in their email list. So I think that's kind of the main thing probably behind this article. Obviously, I mean, she has her own little issues and stuff like that, but I really don't understand what the point of the article was, what she was trying to get at, because I think that it's a great thing. Do I think that Nike is saying that you should stay overweight for the rest of your life or stay obese for the rest of your life? No, not really, because most of their clothing and most of the stuff that they put out there, the marketing they put out there, is about athletes, people that are fit, people that are doing things with their body, that are doing amazing things with their body. Most of their marketing and advertising is not about, oh, stay overweight, it's totally fine. That is the opposite of what they say. So I think that if anything, it'll get people into Nike or get people into working out, and then from there, they can make a change. But again, those are just my thoughts. I really wanted to share this video on this article. I would love to know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There was one other thing that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, look how buff I am.
Obey the warning signs, and when there are flashing lights or wigwags, don't attempt to cross until they come to a complete stop.